China Currents is a weekly news talk show from China to the world. We cover viral news about China every week and also give you the newest updates on China's cutting-edge technologies. Let's get started. Welcome to China Currents, your weekly news report on the latest developments in China. I'm Chris. And in this episode, Chinese President visited Vietnam, Malaysia, and Cambodia. The first joint drill between China and Egypt Air Force and the world's first humanoid robot marathon held in Beijing. First, let's move to Southeast Asia. From April 14th to 18th, Chinese President Xi Jinping visited Vietnam, Malaysia, and Cambodia, promoting three significant areas of cooperation. First, in Vietnam, on April 19th, Vietnam's Vietjet Airlines started the commercial operation of China's C909 passenger airliners, becoming the third overseas operator after Indonesian airline Transnusa and Lao Airlines. According to the South China Morning Post, these civilian jets have been leased from Chinese regional carrier Chengdu Airlines. They will operate on domestic routes between Vietnam's capital Hanoi and Con Thao Islands in southern Vietnam, as well as between Con Thao Island and Ho Chi Minh City. Chengdu Airlines will also provide the crew, maintenance, safety, and operational support under the lease agreement. The C909 has a capacity of 97 seats and is designed for short flights ranging up to 3,700 kilometers. According to the manufacturing COMAC, since its maiden commercial flight on June 28, 2016, the C909 series has delivered 160 aircraft as of the end of January. A total of 644 flight routes, both domestic and international, have been operated, and 580,000 hours of safe flight were conducted, delivering nearly 20 million passenger trips. The China Daily reported that the C909 has secured its dominance in China's regional aircraft market by accounting for 70% of the market share in terms of volume. Up to 60% of the world's similar aircraft models delivered last year were C909s. Clearly, China's aviation industry is booming in a market where Boeing is absent. Secondly, in Malaysia. On April 17th, China and Malaysia officially signed a mutual visa-free deal. While both countries had previously introduced a 30-day visa exemption policy in December 2023, the new agreement establishes a permanent visa exemption. This is expected to boost tourism significantly. According to the Malaysian Insight, Malaysia surpassed Thailand in 2024 to become the ASEAN country with the most tourists, receiving a remarkable 38 million foreign visitors. Among them, nearly 3 million were from China. A 2024 report from the World Travel and Tourism Council indicated that tourism will contribute around 200 billion ringgit to Malaysia's national economy, which is 1.6% higher than 2019 levels, accounting for 10.5% of the GDP. The tourism industry is expected to create over 3.5 million jobs, providing employment for 1/6 of Malaysia's population. The China Outbound Tourism Development Annual Report 2024 shows that the number of outbound Chinese tourists will reach 146 million, with Southeast Asia being the second largest destination for Chinese tourists. According to Huaxia Times, flight booking for trips from China to Penang, Malaysia, and other destinations in the first quarter of 2025 have surged by 130% compared to the same period last year. Business opportunities in ASEAN countries are also a major reason for the increasing number of flights from China. Data from Tongcheng Travel indicates that business travels from mainland China to ASEAN countries grew by more than 110% year-on-year in the first quarter. Customs statistics show that the total import and export volume between China and ASEAN countries in the first quarter of this year reached 1.71 trillion yuan, a 7.1% increase year-on-year. And the proportion of China's overall foreign trade with ASEAN countries rose to 16.6%. Lastly, in Cambodia. On April 17th, China and Cambodia signed an agreement to officially launch the Funan Techo Canal project. The canal would begin at the Ta Kio Canal of the Mekong River, pass through the Ta Ek Canal of the Basak River, and finally merge with the Ta King Canal of the Basak River in a Koh Tom district. It would connect Phnom Penh directly with the country's only deep-sea port in Sihanoukville and a new port in Kampot. The canal crosses through regions totaling 1.6 million inhabitants. The project includes constructing 3 dams with sluices and 11 bridges. The canal will be 100 meters wide and 5.4 meters deep, supporting vessels up to 3,000 tons. The project is expected to cost $1.7 billion with 51% of the stake owned by Cambodian entities, and the target completion date is 2028. Regarding the Chinese president's Southeast Asian tour, Al Jazeera commented that it sent a clear signal: China is the better partner than Trump. Next up, hello Egypt. On April 19th, the first training day of the China-Egypt Eagles of Civilization 2025 joint Air Force exercise kicked off in Egypt. China Air Force sent the J-10C and J-10S fighter jets and a U-20 large tanker aircraft and a KJ-500 early warning aircraft to the exercise. Chinese military affairs expert Zhang Xuefeng noted that the Chinese U-20 tanker aircraft should also be compatible with the Egyptian MiG-29 fighter jets, so theoretically they may practice aerial refueling during the drill. The two sides could also practice basic maneuvers, coordinated combat, and tactical confrontation training. It is also possible that pilots from the two sides visit each other's aircraft. The joint training will also help lay a foundation for military exchanges and cooperation between China and other Middle Eastern countries. To ensure efficient deployment, the Chinese side utilized the combined transport method of air transfer and air transport via multiple countries covering a range of nearly 6,000 kilometers, and all equipment and personnel arrived in Egypt by April 15th, CCTV reported. Wang Yunfei, a Chinese military affairs expert, said this showed and enhanced the PLA Air Force ability to operate far from home and its adaptability to diverse environments around the world. China's Ministry of National Defense announced on Wednesday that the PLA Air Force would participate in the Eagles of Civilization 2025 joint exercise in Egypt from mid-April to early May, following an agreement between the Chinese and Egyptian militaries. Egyptian news outlet Abraham Online noted that the Egyptian military described the maneuvers as part of the broader effort to deepen defense ties with China and strengthen joint military capabilities. Wang Yanan, chief editor of Aerospace Knowledge magazine, highlights it is also a good opportunity for the Egyptian Air Force, which has a need to upgrade its defense equipment, to evaluate China's advanced equipment and to consider potential procurement. Moving on April 19th, the world's first humanoid robot half marathon, with 20 robots running alongside thousands of human participants, was held in Beijing. In a 21-kilometer half-marathon, Tiangong Ultra, created by the Beijing Humanoid Robot Innovation Center, won the race with a time of 2 hours, 40 minutes, and 42 seconds. Xiong Youjun, CEO of the Beijing Humanoid Robot Innovation Center, the developer of Tiangong Ultra, said the goal wasn't just to cross the finish line, but to test key technology through the rigors of a long-distance run, then improve technological breakthroughs, and finally lay the groundwork for robots to enter factories and daily life services. Xiong said the robots needed compact, heat-resistant joints, precise motion control, and strong core algorithms to finish the race. The half-marathon also tested their stability, reliability, battery life, and ability to handle complex terrain like slopes and turns. The China Daily commented, while US companies such as Boston Dynamics and Tesla have dominated headlines with viral demos and futuristic visions, Chinese brands and companies are also rapidly catching up, not just in manufacturing but also in mass-producing such robots and making them inexpensive for ordinary people. That's all for today. Thank you for watching this episode of China Currents. If you have any thoughts or comments, please leave them below. See you next time.